what FD is doing. So keeping that in mind. But with that, let's also welcome in our guest for the day, Rajesh Agarwal, Head of Research at AUM Capital, and Vaishali Parekh, Vice President, Technical Research at Prabhudas Leeladhar, joining us now. Welcome to both of you, Rajesh and Vaishali, and a very good morning to you. I'll take up the first question, which is from Girish, who's writing in from Hyderabad. And he wants to know whether this is a good time to make an entry into Hindustan Zinc and Vedanta. If one is to select, which one is better? His portfolio is already 62 lakh rupees, and he has 3 lakhs of free cash to invest in. Rajesh, I'll come to you on this one. He's asking whether he should invest in either Hinzinc or Vedanta right now. What's the view like?
Good morning, Mahima. Good morning, Alex. Good morning, Vaishali. First of all, if you choose a metal stock, keep this in mind that metal pack as such is prone to a lot of volatility because of international conditions, moreover China policies and all. So you would be prepared for that. And you must be having a time horizon of a longer time horizon, I would say maybe 12 to 18 months. Then only try to buy anything into metal. As far as out of these two stocks are concerned, I think both are all the same. Hindustan Zinc is again a holding company of Vedanta. Vedanta is a holding company of Hindustan Zinc. But at this point of time, I think Hindustan Zinc would be a better play out of these two because of the kind of valuation it's trading at. And we see considerable upside in Hindustan Zinc, maybe a target of 520, 530 odd levels in the next 12 months. So out of these two, if you have to select, I would say go for Hindustan Zinc.
Hindustan Zinc. In focus today, of course, yesterday it was trading ex-dividend, and there's the offer for sale also. Smaller quantity is being offered than was anticipated, but still the stock is taking a bit of a knock in trade today. The offer price was a 7% discount to yesterday's closing price. So that's what is affecting the stock today. We've got our first caller, Pradeep from Bengaluru. Pradeep, very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Good morning to everybody there. See, I am having 100 shares of Man Infra, bought at 94 rupees.
Okay.
Since I had purchased it because of that government stress on infrastructure and the company was doing well, it has given me profit. But for the last few months, it has not moved any appreciably. So I just wanted to know whether I should hold or whether I should book profit.
Pradeep, help me understand, when did you buy this stock?
This was purchased...
approximately. I just want to know, was it last year or the year before that or a few months back?
It was year before.
Oh, it was a year back. Okay, and so when you bought it, you had the intention to hold for the long term?
Yeah. Okay. I am basically a long-term investor.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I wanted to clarify. It's a 6,000 crore company, Man Infra Construction, and it is currently trading at 164. So it's a doubler practically, not nearly, but pretty substantial gains for you. Rajesh, on the fundamentals, therefore, he's wondering why the consolidation takes place. I think that's par for the course if he's made gains as he has over the course of the last year. What should he do right now?
See, at this point of time, I would say continue to hold. If you don't have any requirement of fund as such at this point of time, you can continue to hold till a target of 180 and 185 is reached. Company has good order book, they're doing well. And as you said right, that the focus is on infra, and a lot of infrastructure projects are coming up in the next few years, I would say, with the government's focus on that. Man Infra being one of them, but it's a smaller company, no doubt, but still they have got good order book, and a target of 180, 185 is quite decent. As far as consolidation is played, you asked about consolidation. That's the beauty of the market. Sometimes even very good big stocks take a lot of time to give some decent return, and you are sitting on a very decent return. So keep holding, have a target of 185 and continue to hold.
With regards to where Man Infra stands, our next question is from Rohit Srivastava, who is writing in from Prayagraj, UP. His question is on Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders. He's bought 900 odd shares at 3150 a piece. So he's sitting on a significant profits of 1.2 lakh rupees, and he's saying that he can hold it for the next 6 odd months. Wants to know if he can continue to hold or book profits at the current level. Vaishali, I'll come to you on this one. What are the charts indicating for the next 6 odd months?
Very good morning, all of you. So yes, I think defense sector is the flavor right now. And yesterday also we saw that we were getting into new round of momentum in all the defense stocks. So talking about Mazgaon Dog, the long-term trend is intact. But since he's sitting on good profit, I would say keep 3,000 as, 3,000 as stop loss. And I think for 6 months, expect a target of 3,800 to 4,000 levels.
That's a substantial upside even from this stage. Yeah. And what a pack it has been for investors, the defense pack. It's been rewarding to say the very least. And in fact, Vikas, who's calling us from Mangalore, has also decided to invest in the defense space. Vikas, very good morning. And you've made substantial profits, so kudos to you. What would you like to know about?
Yeah, is it overvalued or can I hold it for a year or more than that?
So, you know how they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, value is in the eye of the investor. So it's a valid question that you're asking, Rajesh. To each their own, I guess. What do you think? Is it overvalued? Would you take money off the table?
See, if you talk of valuation at this point of time, the entire defense pack would look at overvalued, be it any company. But the thing is, the kind of order book they have, the kind of geopolitical tensions which we are witnessing from the last so many months has given boost to the defense stocks, and the government's focus on increasing defense expenditure, companies getting international orders. These are some of the positive points which we have in our defense pack as such. So yes, at this point of time,
Rajesh, in case I didn't mention, the name of the stock we're talking about is Apollo Microsystems, and he has bought at levels of 105. The stock is currently trading at close to 200. So therefore, the gains that he has are about 45,000 rupees.
Okay. So that's what I was trying to say. If you look at valuation at this point of time, the entire book would look overvalued. But I look at the order books and all. So looking at Apollo Macro as such, I would say switch from this to maybe a better name like a BEL or BEML, which have good order prospects. They have good existing order book. They're doing very well. So why not book some profit over here and switch to BEL or BEML? That way you will be in a defense pack and doing in a better company.
All right. So that's with regards to where the entire defense pack stands. Our next question is from Shubhangam Sarkar, who's writing in from Kolkata. I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. He's holding a few shares of Geo Financial and is thinking from a short-term perspective for this counter, and wants to know if he can buy more at the current level or sell the current holding. He's not given us what his holding is exactly. But Vaishali, I'll come to you on this one. Should he continue to hold Geo Financial, add more, or sell at the moment?
I would say, well, if it's a short-term perspective, keep stop loss, because the stock has run up right from 200 levels to making a high of 300. Currently, it is showing signs of retracement, but if it dips below 280, it could cause further weakness. So keep 280 as stop loss. And either ways, if it goes below 280, it is a weak stock. And if it moves above 310, then it's back on track for a further run-up. So that's the way to make a view for this stock.
So that's the perspective as to where charts are concerned for Geo Financial, and we have Dheeraj also who's calling in from Hyderabad and has the same query. In fact, he's got query on Geo Financial itself. Dheeraj, just wanted to know whether this solves your query, or do you want a fundamental view on this one?
Ma'am, I actually, Vaishali ma'am just cleared this query, so could I ask some other query?
Sure,
then?
you can go ahead and ask another query.
Ma'am, I'm holding 25 shares of Dixon Tech at 16,040 rupees, ma'am.
Okay.
So I can wait for next 1 year.
Okay.
So could I see an upside target of around 17,500 or 18,000 in this? Is my query, ma'am.
Okay, and you want a technical view on this one?
Some short-term trades also. Any queries from both the experts also I'm expecting.
Okay, all right. Okay, Dheeraj, I got your question. It's an interesting one. Dixon is currently trading at around 14,400 levels, and Vaishali wants to know if this could reach that 18,000 mark in the next 1 year. Do you think that's possible?
So, well, let's go step by step. Right now, there is no confirmation conviction, but it is in the process of improvement. When I'm looking at a weekly chart also, it's at a good support level. So I would say keep a support of 14,000 levels. And once we see the stock sustaining above 15,300, 15,500, then very likely this will go towards 17,000, 18,000. So that would be the view, 14,000 as final support. And once it crosses 15,300, we are aiming for higher targets.
Okay, all right. So that's the view on Dixon Tech, play in the EMS space. Cooled off just a tad bit after that red hot run that it saw just about 2 months back. Satyan has got the next question asking about Shivalik Rasayan. Okay, I'm going to try and pull this up. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get a view. And as I'm pulling it up, it's only a 839 crore market capitalization company. 532 is where the ticker reads right now. I'm just wondering, Vaishali, if you have any view on this stock, if you can help him with it. He's bought at levels of 690 and he's wondering whether to hold for a while or switch to something else.
So there is no positive sign right now. Only consolation is that this stock is in deep oversold, and today's candle shows a little bit of ray of hope. So keep stop loss of 500. Wait for it to bounce towards 580, 600. We can have a relook. The final major resistance comes at 640. So keeping a stop loss of 500 is essential, just for the aim of having a bounce back view.
All right. So bear in mind that not too much deep insight on this one because it's not actively traded. Its volumes are very, very less. And also it's a very tiny company, 800 crore thereabouts. All right. Pradeep is calling us from Vizag. Pradeep, very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Yeah, very good morning, and thank you for taking my query. I have 80 shares of CDSL.
Okay.
Average price of 1400.
Okay.
Shall I add more, or shall I book profit?
What is the time frame that you have in mind, Pradeep?
Yeah, I have 3 to 6 months.
Okay, only 3 to 6 months. Okay. All right. So a couple of these capital market plays in focus, not least of which the BSE, because of everything that's happened overnight, or rather from last evening. And I'd be curious to find out what Rajesh has to say about that incidentally. But before we do get that view, CDSL on the charts, Vaishali, 1,400 is the buy price. Should he buy more?
I would say so. Wait for a little bit of a dip. Ideal level would be near 1600 levels. Even on a weekly chart, when I'm looking, it is showing a good rounding pattern. So I think 1600 to 1500 is a very good support band. That is a level where one can accumulate. And I think look for higher targets for, if 6 months is the horizon, then I think 2000, 2200 should be the target.
Okay. Now, we're not in the business of predicting stock price moves, but we did have a bit of a bet going in the morning about what would happen with BSE after the change in the expiry day. And Tamanna was of the view that it would not have a big gash, and that has proven to be correct. Like I said, we're not in the business of predicting market moves. The question is, should you buy at this point, given the kind of change that you've seen? And Rajesh, the question is for you. The anticipation is that in the near term, it's going to affect derivative volumes, and there's going to be perhaps an implication for the market share as well. And so therefore, EPS estimates would have to be adjusted a little bit lower. Valuations are not cheap. It's trading at over 80 times trailing. So would you buy at this point, or would you hold if you are holding, or book profits?
See, Alex, first let me tell you that we have been recommending BSE since last 2-3 years when it was trading at around 500 rupees. And now after the bonus and all, it's trading at 2600. That virtually means 7800 of the 500. We are still bullish. We are still recommending our clients to buy. Even yesterday, we got frantic calls from a client who are holding. What to do? We just said hold on, because most of the market participants are ignoring the fundamentals of the company, rather focusing on just one thing from the last 2-3 months about the expiry day of the FNO contracts. Whether it will be Tuesday or Thursday, that was the point of discussion from last so many days. But the fundamentals are very strong. If you look at the company is doing well. The numbers this quarter were very exciting, I would say, where NSE showed a degrowth, BSE showed a growth of in the bottom line and margins and everything. They have the biggest mutual fund platform, that's Star Mutual Fund. They have presence in Gift City, that's the first mover advantage. They have cash positive, they're giving good dividends, no dearth of cash with them, no corporate governance issue. And the best part is the Sensex futures, which have been introduced, have been doing very well. And talking about volumes in the options market, they had 0% market share around a year back, and now they are sitting at 15-18% market share. Yes, there might be some amount of turbulence in the short term, but for a longer term horizon, I think if there is any further fall in this stock, maybe around 2,500 odd levels would be a very good level to buy.
Okay, so that's with regards to where BSE stands, and quite a comprehensive view on that. Thanks for that, Rajesh. Our next question is from Mayank Saraf, who's writing in from Delhi. He's holding 2,000 odd shares, bought at 750 a piece of Kalyani Steel, and wants to know if he can add more from a 3 to 4 year perspective. What he's saying is that since the company is already also entering in the aerospace and defense, do you think this is the right counter to make an entry and average out? He's already sitting on profits of 2.8 lakh rupees. Rajesh, do you think that's the right thing to do?
No, I feel one should continue to hold. The company is doing very well. The numbers have been good. The management commentary has been exciting. We feel if somebody holds for 12 to 18 months, I won't be surprised if this move into 4-figure. Continue to hold.
Hold is the view that's coming in on Kalyani Steel from Rajesh. All right. Our next caller, Rajesh, is calling in from Mysore. Rajesh, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Hi, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Namaskaram, madam.
Namaskaram, Rajesh.
Ma'am, right time to buy Adani Power correct level, ma'am. In a short term, in 9 months, 5 lakhs investment, ma'am.
Okay. And is this a major chunk of your portfolio? I mean, just want to get a sense because 5 lakh is a big amount.
Ma'am, big amount, ma'am. Correctly, new purchase, ma'am.
Okay. So what I'm trying to ask is that is 5 lakh a major part of your portfolio, or is your portfolio big enough that you can invest 5 lakh in just one counter? Okay, no worries. Rajesh, I think the line is dropped there. I'll take this up with Vaishali. Vaishali, 5 lakh is a significant amount to invest in one particular counter, but he wants a view as to whether he can invest that entire amount for the next 9 months in Adani Power, or would you suggest him to diversify?
Definitely say diversify because, well, Adani Power no doubt is at a good support levels, but there are many other stocks in this category which are also having a good strong fundamental backup like transformer rectifiers, Hind rectifiers, Tata Power. So I would say get into a basket of power stocks.
Okay, basket of power stocks is something to look at. By the way, standard disclaimer, what you just heard about is Adani Power, it's part of the Adani Group, and so is NDTV, of which NDTV Profit is a part. Moschip is the next counter that we're talking about, and Advocate Abhay Pratap is writing in. He says his name is, he goes by Neeraj, which is a very interesting, very interesting update. Okay, but let's talk about his purchase. He's bought at levels of 251, and he's saying that he's in a significant loss. Yes, he is indeed losing about 36,000 rupees or thereabouts. He can hold for a year. What's the view, Vaishali, on the charts?
Which stock are we talking about?
We're talking about Moschip.
So Moschip, the stock has been doing quite well, and right now it is just in a consolidation phase. So I would say that, well, if it has to correct, I think 160 is the final support. So depending on your time horizon, keep 160 as a range and 200 as a resistance. So this is the range that we are looking at, and follow the trend accordingly.
Okay, follow the trend accordingly. Deepak is calling us from Pune. Namaskar, Deepak. How can we help you today?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So I have 20,000 stocks of, shares of Yes Bank at 21.12.
Okay.
And it's not looking promising for the past couple of weeks. So, and it's gone down to about 18.9 levels yesterday, what I saw. So should I sell or should I add more and average out?
Okay.
And what are the short-term prospects? Probably 2-3 months.
Got it. So, am I right in assuming, Deepak, that you bought it for a quick pop? It's a trading strategy?
Yes, I was looking at about 3 months.
Okay, okay, looking at a short-term time frame. Okay, so then Vaishali, I'm coming back to you on the charts. Loss of 20,000 odd because it's a very significant quantity. 20,000 shares bought at levels of 21. What would you do with this?
Well, there's really nothing much happening, but now that he has bought, keep 19 rupees as a stop loss and wait for it to bounce, because if it doesn't, if 19 rupees breaks, then you could see further sell-off. I would always say that, when you're buying a big quantity or something, always get into the frontline stocks as compared to these.
Yeah, absolutely. The tendency and the temptation is to take very large positions because it becomes affordable. But, for example, I'm not saying you should go out and do it. Bajaj Finance has just become much more affordable, and you can buy a significant number of shares just like you would any other very small counter. All right, we have to slip into a very quick break. We've got more time on the other side to take your questions, so keep them ready.
That's huge. That is a biggie. It's out of
गोल्ड प्लस क्लियर ग्लास, पार हो या नियर, सब कुछ दिखे क्लियर।
Imports become the exception rather than the norm, and increasingly we do almost last year, for example, of the contracts that we signed of record 2,09,000 crores, 81% was awarded to the domestic industry. Our intent is to manufacture in India, preferably with design also in India.
I am so elated to be on the same screen as the Defense Secretary, and I get a chance to talk about what he said.
In certain areas, like for example, artillery guns and armored vehicles, or in some categories of missiles like the BrahMos and the Akash, we've come of age.
What Defense Secretary Sir said is 100% true, and today private industry can really increase their involvement in R&D.
I am very proud to say that we make, in our categories that we have been supplying to our defense forces, some of the best platforms in the world.
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real-time stock picks.
Do I buy Ola? Should I hold CDSL for the long term?
Buy, sell or hold.
The answers you need, straight from the experts.
Callers from India and across the world. Connect live, ask, decide and invest wisely.
Your portfolio, your future. Ask Profit.
Do you really know the company you invest in? What is the real picture behind presentations and claims? Is the outlook as rosy as the company claims? Know your company, powered by NDTV Profit Research.
Welcome back. You're watching NDTV Profit, and this of course is Ask Profit, but the next show that starts at 11:30 is Know Your Company, and in case you're hearing about it for the first time, let me tell you what it's about. It is a research driven show that gives you insight, deep insight on one particular company. And incidentally, the stock that was chosen today is a stock that is in focus. Pull up Zydus Wellness. This is a stock that is up as much as 7%. The latest update is that Parag Parikh Flexi Cap Fund has acquired a significant chunk, as much as 7% stake in this company. And the stock is reacting to that as well. Now, there are several metrics that you should understand about this company. It is in the consumption space. It is in the nutraceutical space, which Mahima tracks very closely. But what was interesting to me was the fact that valuations and it's a very key consideration for something like a Parag Parikh.
Correct.
It's trading at 35 times 1 year forward, considering an 11% EPS growth over the last 5 years.
Correct.
Which is, even at this point, despite a 6-7% increase, not expensive.
Absolutely.
But beyond that, there's also rural penetration, revenue growth, all of those boxes are getting checked.
Yeah, absolutely. So Zydus Wellness is more of a rural penetrated company, and which is working in favor of them, because last 6 odd quarters we've seen rural take off, urban has not, and that is why we're seeing major FMCG companies not doing very well, versus that of Zydus Wellness, which is actually growing in double digits in terms of volume. So it's a very interesting FMCG company to look out for in terms of valuations.
Yeah, on the multiples, right? You're talking about
exactly.
FMCG companies that are at 70
Anywhere
plus.
between, yeah, 70 plus.
So therefore, from that perspective, it's an interesting one. Now, by the way, if you haven't watched KYC ever, you will know, or let me tell you, that there is a rating that the team gives based on various metrics out of 8. And depending on how high it ranks, there has been an instance in the past where stocks have reacted because people go out and buy if there's a good rating. But this is all based on fundamentals. Let me very quickly take a view. Rajesh, a quick view on Zydus Wellness. Of course, this is one mutual fund buying. It's just that they're high profile in that sense, right? A lot of people view them as value investors. Would you suggest entering at this level?
We have been recommending this stock for the last 2-3 quarters, I would say. We came out with a IC on this. This strong company, especially from the OTC side of business, that's doing very well. They made some acquisitions, and in the last 2-3 quarters, we have seen the margins have expanded. So even after this kind of run-up, we feel that there is a lot of upside left in this stock. Maybe a return of 15-18% is quite possible in the next 1 year. So we have recommended this to our clients, and we would say that any dip should be taken as an opportunity to accumulate.
So that's the view with regards to Zydus Wellness, and we're also going to be in conversation with the CEO of Zydus Wellness, who's Tarun Arora, on the Know Your Company show itself. So do tune in at 11:30 as well. All right, our next caller for the day then, Kaushik is calling in from Hyderabad. Kaushik, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Hi, a very good morning to everyone. So I hold Cummins India stock.
Okay.
I hold 10 shares at a price of 33.88.
Okay.
So I would like to know if I can hold them or sell them.
Okay. And this is from what term perspective? When you bought Cummins India, was it the fundamental? Okay, short term. All right. Got your question, Kaushik. I'll take this up with Vaishali. Vaishali, what are the charts indicating for Cummins India?
So I would say actually all capital goods, whether it's Cummins, ABB, they are showing signs of improvement. So chartically point of view, Cummins is already in the process of higher bottom formation, which shows that yes, it's getting into a trend. So I would say continue holding, and I don't think that stock should be held with a stipulated time period in mind. These stocks should be held on for a long term, because I think even for a positional trade from 3,200, of course, not to miss out the whipsaws in between, this can very likely go towards 4,000 plus levels. So in my opinion, this is a hold.
Hold is the view coming in on Cummins where charts are concerned. I hope that answers your query. Kaushik, next question then is from Sanjay, who's writing in from Pune. He's holding 60 odd shares of HAL over the past 2 years, and he's bought this in SIP format at an average price of 1780, and he's saying that he can hold this for the next 3 to 4 odd years. Should he book his profits right now, or should he continue to hold, is his question. He's sitting on profits of nearly 2 lakh rupees now. Rajesh, what would you suggest?
Continue to hold and continue your SIP too.
All right.
Company is doing well, good order book. with the kind of focus on defense, not only for domestic orders, but also international businesses coming in. I think this company is going to do well. Yes, there might be some hiccups here and there because of execution and all, but on a longer term time frame, it's a good company. Continue to hold.
Continue to hold HAL and continue with the SIP as well as the view coming from Rajesh. All right, our next caller, Murli, is calling in from Bengaluru. Murli, a very good morning to you. I believe you have a question on MCure Pharma today.
Yeah. Good morning to you. And my question is to Mr. Rajesh Agarwal.
Okay.
I bought 300 shares of MCure at 1,357.80 in January 25. So it has crossed to 1,400. I could not sell. Now it's not doing much. Equally, I have Premal Pharma around the 198.70 about 1,000 shares. Can I switch from MCure to Premal Pharma or exit both and look for the elsewhere?
Okay, got your question, Murli. I'll take this up with Rajesh. Rajesh, do you think that's the right thing to do? Shift from MCure to Piramal Pharma or any other counter that you like in the pharma space?
See, continue with MCure. That's a good company, recently listed. So not much of a data available, but still I think with the kind of data, whatever it is available, we have seen, the company has prospects to do well, maybe a 15-18% CAGR return on the revenue side and bottom line it was possible in the coming years. I have a target of around 1,600 odd rupees in the next 1 year. Continue to hold.
To hold, despite the fact that it's up about 44% over the last 3 months, the upside potential still exists for MCure Pharmaceuticals. All right, Murli, I hope that answers your question and you've done your research as well. Keep calling us. We tend to learn also when you do. We've got Lanka Durga Prasad, who's sent us a message from Rajamundri and asking about Canara Bank, bought 1,300 shares at a price of 105.6 rupees per share and looking for a long-term view. In the green right now, is there a view on the fundamentals that you have, Rajesh? Is this the top pick in the banking space according to you?
See, the entire PSU banking space is looking very exciting because of the fact that balance sheets have been cleaned up, interest rate cut has been there, CRR cut has been there, the liquidity has been improved. It's just a matter of time when credit uptake starts taking place. So NIMs would be taken care of. Now, coming to individual banks, I think Canara Bank is one of the good banks which one can hold. Other banks, if I talk about in the large cap space, it's SBI, PSU side. And in the small cap space is Bank of Maharashtra, which has been doing extremely well in the last several quarters on every parameters base, deposits base, advances, NIMs, asset quality. They have raised some money through QIP, and maybe when government is going to dilute some stake because of the shareholding norms. But still, Bank of Maharashtra is one of the best bank in the PSU side, I would say.
Okay. All right. Govind is calling us from Hyderabad next. And Govind, very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Yeah, good morning, Alex, sir. Good morning to all of you, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I have brought Natco Pharma 600 shares at the price of 999 rupees. For past 1 year, I am holding, sir.
Okay.
Can I book losses and then shift to the Laurus Lab, sir? Is it right time to enter?
Okay, I just want to clarify one thing, Govind. Is this a long-term investment that you're planning, or is it a short-term view that you're looking at?
Actually, at least I can hold at least another 1 year, sir. I can hold.
At least another 1 year. Okay, from that perspective, then let me ask about the fundamentals, because there's a pretty substantial loss that he is going to have to book, Rajesh, if he does book out of Natco Pharma, and he's looking at Laurus specifically. Of course, the pharma pack as a whole took a bit of a jitter yesterday when this conversation about tariffs in the US came about. And of course, every time that happens, there's a bit of a jolt. So till that uncertainty happens, I guess there's going to be a bit of an issue. What would you advise him to do?
See, Alex, this is a difficult one because both the companies are very good and both are in our buy list from a very long period of time. Choosing one would be a difficult task. Coming one by one, Natco is doing very well in the oncology space. This quarter numbers were a little disappointing, I would say, but one should look at these companies for a long-term horizon because of their approvals and all. So Natco can be a good long-term buy. And as far as Laurus is concerned, they are doing very well in the CDMO space, and their contribution of CDMO in the entire revenue space has increased. This quarter numbers were very exciting. Margins have improved. They have reported profits. And going forward, we believe that this company can show a good return, maybe 18-20% return in the next 1 year or so. So what I would say, continue with your NATCO for a long-term horizon. And if you have spare money, invest in Laurus.
Okay, invest in Laurus is the view coming in from Rajesh. Our next question is also for you, Rajesh. Shakib from Guwahati is writing in. He wants to know a good stock to look at from an attractive valuation perspective that he can make an entry into right now from a longer term perspective and of course growth perspective. Which stock would you recommend him to invest in?
See, Maima, there are a lot of stocks. In every market, there are a lot of stocks to invest if you have a look. But at this point of time, in large cap space, I can recommend Reliance and Larsen and ITC. These would be the three stocks in the large cap space. And the mid cap space, I can recommend ITC Hotels. The other one be IRCTC, FIM Industries. And the small cap space, which Bank of Maharashtra, which we discussed just now, and Park Hotels. That's AP Surendra.
Okay, so those are the picks that Rajesh has given. I hope that answers your query, Shakib. Our next caller, Vishal, is calling in from Chandigarh. Vishal, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Oh, very good morning to you, ma'am. I hold shares of Vatek Bank.
Okay.
275 shares at the cost of 1595.
Okay.
Now, this company is into water and wastewater treatment. The government's focus on this theme and good quarterly results. I just want to know whether it's a good pick for 3 years.
Okay, got your question, Vishal. I'll take this up with Rajesh again then. Rajesh, Vatek Vabag, what's the view like?
Very strong company. The gentleman said right, it's a water treatment and all. Good order book. In fact, it's one of the Indian multinationals, I would say, which have presence not only in India but abroad too. And doing very well with the government's focus of Namami Ganga and all those things. The company would do well in coming years. So yes, it's a good buy. One can continue to hold if somebody is holding, and if somebody is thinking of buying, one can buy.
Okay. All right. We've got IndusInd Bank that we're talking about next. And incidentally, there was Nomura that put a buy rating on the stock. The stock is up as much as 4% in trade today. Thanks, Namrata, for that. Namrata is speaking in my ear and reminded me about Nomura. But we've got a question, Manoj from Mumbai, who's asking about this. He's bought at levels of 950. The stock is currently trading at 840 or thereabouts. And he's wondering what to do. What's the future? Of course, there's a lot that is happening with this counter. So, Rajesh, it's a tough question to answer. But if you bought at levels of 950, what do? Do you hold on?
It's a tough one. You said it right. It's a high-risk bet. If you look at pure fundamentals, forgetting about everything which is going to happen or which might happen, the valuations are extremely cheap, trading at less than 1 time price to book. Promoters are taking all the steps to rectify whatever has happened. But the thing is, when the first time the derivative laws came out, we thought that it was one-off. Then again, things started coming out. You never know what will come out further. So if you are ready to take that kind of risk, one can continue to hold. But otherwise, if you're not that risk averse, I would say why not switch to a better bank like Kotak or Axis or even SDFC Bank, which is the best one, I would say, in the entire private sector space.
All right, so that's with regards to where banks are concerned. Our next caller, Vino, is calling in from Kochi. Vino, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Good day. Thank you. Good day to everyone there. And my question is on National Aluminium. I hold about 700 plus shares at an average of 185 rupees.
Okay.
Plus. I believe this has a potential to go up to 209-10 levels in a quick span, seeing the resilience it has shown in the last few days. I have another additional capital which has been about 1.5 to 1.8 lakhs of amount. I think I'm planning to load up on Nalco again. Will that be a wise decision? Is it a right decision? If not, my next choice is again Bank of Maharashtra again, which I hold at an average of 54 rupees, about 250. So I'm just thinking which one to load upon,
Okay,
or if my thought is right.
Okay, I got your question. We know I'll take this up with Vaishali. Vaishali, do you think charts are attractive enough right now for a NALCO or something like a Bank of Maharashtra?
I would say why not go for NALCO also, because long-term chart looks so good and it has been just consolidating at these levels. So I would say yes, continue holding and look for your higher targets.
Look for even higher targets. We've got Professor Dibendu Ray, who's writing in and asking about Deepak Fertilizer shares. He's looking to invest as much as 50,000 rupees at this current price for a period of 2 years. I'm not sure if this stock also moved up when the likes of Bayer and a few of the other fertilizer insecticide companies were moving up. I mean, it has, in fact, moved up as much as 15 to 16% over the course of the last month. And the onset of the rains had to do with some of that. At least that was the anticipation, the improvement in agricultural yield. Of course, it's too early to talk about that. You would have to pay attention to the spatial distribution of the monsoon. So, Rajesh, the question, therefore, is on valuation and potential earnings from this point. Would you deploy this at this price?
See, I think Deepak is a decent company to invest for a long-term horizon. The company has been doing very well in the past. Last 2-3 quarters, the numbers were not that exciting, but I think the prospects look good. They have good capacity. They have expanded their capacity too. And with almost normal monsoon predicted by IMD and the government's focus on rural development and all, I think the entire fertilizer space is going to do well. We have our picks into this. One of them is Deepak and the other one is Coromandel. So one can have a look at both of them. Somebody holding Deepak can continue to hold.
Continue to hold is the view. Yogesh is calling us from Jaipur. Hi Yogesh, your question is on ITC and in all probability I have the answer even before you ask Rajesh, but still we will take your question. What do you have to ask?
Thank you for hearing me. Actually, I want to know, I have a RTC for 1,000 for 180 price.
Yeah.
So this time I want to buy or not. What about the ITC restaurant also?
ITC hotels. Okay, ITC hotels.
Hotels.
So you bought at levels of 180, which is an amazing buy price, Yogesh. When did you buy?
Yeah, maybe 21 or 22.
2021, 22. So you've essentially you've more than doubled. You've gained quite considerably on the dividend front as well, and you're wondering whether to deploy more. So
see, Alex, I have 2,000. I just sold 500 something. Then I stay here 1,000.
Wow. Okay. So you booked some profits as well, and you want to stay here. And you knowing. So what you want to know right now is to buy more ITC or buy ITC hotels at this point. That's the question you have, right?
Yeah. I want to ITC hotel. It's a very lucrative for me this time. Maybe.
Got it. Okay. So Rajesh,
maybe it's 180 1 month before, but now no doubt.
Right. Got it. Okay. So Rajesh, the question is for you then. Would you buy ITC hotels at this point and continue to hold ITC?
In fact, Alex, given a choice, I would buy both.
Okay.
The 180 levels, I hope you remember, that was the levels we had started recommending, 150, 180 those days. And still we have a buy call on this. First, let me take one by one. ITC is doing very well. Not only seeded volumes have increased, FMCG is doing well. They are moving into dairy too. Cash positive, cash rich balance sheet, debt free, giving good dividends. Prospects are very good. Coming to ITC hotels, they are going to expand their capacity. They have officially announced to double their capacity by 2030. All the hotels are doing well. The capex which they are planning is going to be very light because they're going for managed hotels going forward. Strong brands. And at 49,000 odd market cap, I think the valuations are extremely cheap. So both of them are in a buy list. Since you are already holding ITC, I believe you must have got some of ITC hotels during the demerger. You can add to that.
Yeah, and managed hotels, what Rajesh just mentioned, in case you're unfamiliar with the hospitality space, relates to a trend that we've seen over the last several quarters of hotel companies deciding to have a franchise model where they don't own the hotels. but they have a significant chain that they have to build out over the course of the next several years. So that's what he was referring to. It is operationally more efficient. Does not require them to put down as much capex as they would otherwise have to. All right, we've got the next question on HUL, and Namit Kumar is asking for a view for the next 15 days, very short-term time frame. Vaishali, on the charts, does it look attractive?
Well, actually, whole of FMCG counter looks attractive. And talking about HUL, well, nothing much happening, still well within the range. So if he has to trade for the short period, I think keep 2300 as, or rather 2250 as stop loss and look for 2400 as target.
All right, so that's with regards to where HUL stands from charting perspective. Our next caller, Vishal, is calling in from Kolkata. Vishal, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Very good morning. See, I'm having 30 shares of Unominda.
Okay.
Bought at 557.
Okay.
I am a long-term investor with say a vision of another 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
Now I just wanted to, since I made significant profits, I wanted to know whether I should hold on or whether I should book the profits.
Okay, got your question, Vishal. I'll take this up with Rajesh. Rajesh, do you think he should book his profits? He's sitting on a profit of 15,000 rupees right now. Uno Minda is the counter.
The company has been doing exceedingly well, but the valuation at this juncture, I would say one would be prudent to book some amount of profit, if not full, at this point of time, and maybe re-enter when the stock falls for any reasons to around 900, 800 odd levels. At this point of time, valuations are at their optimal level. Book profit.
Book profit is a view. Hope that answers your question. Mohan is calling us from Hyderabad. Mohan, very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Hello.
Hi, Mohan. I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for taking my call. I would like to purchase Bajaj Finance. It is quoting X bonus and X split.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to purchase 500 shares. Can I buy it in a SIP model, or can I buy it now or wait for price coming down?
Yeah.
Or any other good company?
Okay.
You suggest me.
And do you own any other stocks, Mohan, at this point? Do you have?
Yeah, I want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Genesis International I own. Genesis International and MAS Financial, MAS Financial.
Okay. Got it. So you're adding to your list of stocks. Rajesh, the question is for you. SIP mode for a Bajaj Finance. Do you think that it's expensive, or do you think it can be acquired?
It's a buy from a side, and SIP would be a very good strategy to go ahead with a stock like Bajaj Finance. The numbers have been very exciting. This quarter numbers were very good. AUM expanded and IM expanded. And with this kind of stock split and bonus happening, the stock has come back to 3-digit odd levels where I think retail participation will go up. There might be some amount of correction going forward because of the kind of run-up come bonus and come split which we have seen. So there might be some correction to around 880 odd level. That would be a very good point to enter in a lump sum. But for SIP, I think one can start SIP and continue to hold for maybe a longer period of time, and it can give good return.
With regards to where Bajaj Finance stands, our next question is from Shreyas, who is writing in from Bengaluru. He's purchased 490 odd shares at 102 a piece and wants a long-term view on this. Rajesh, a quick view on NHPC. Should he continue to hold?
Continue to hold. Good capacity, doing very well. Hydro is doing very well. Continue to hold.
Okay. Continue to hold. It is time now to hit the rapid fire round, and Vaishali and Rajesh, you know exactly what this means. We'll toss as many questions at you as possible. I think we've already addressed Hindustan Zinc, but I'll still take it. It's a view on the short term. Bought at levels of 530. Prasanna wants to know, should they hold on? They can't hold for very long. Vaishali? Couldn't hear you. Could you repeat that?
At this level, one can add.
Okay, Nikhat from Bengaluru has bought BEL 50 shares at 406. Wants to know if he can hold or sell. Rajesh, your view?
It's a buy from a side. Hold.
Okay, Jindal saw bought at levels of 248. Can it be held, or should you buy more? Shravani wants to know. Vaishali?
I would say add more.
Okay, Happiest Minds is the next question. Sudhakar is holding 39 odd shares, bought at 841 a piece. Wants a long-term view. Rajesh, your view?
Hold.
GNFC, bought at levels of 660. Soumya wants to know, should you continue to hold or exit or add more at the current level? Rajesh?
Hold.
Okay, Bank of India, Praveen Kumar has bought 261 shares at 129 a piece and wants to know if he can hold or sell at the current moment. Vaishali, your view?
I would say sell.
Okay, IEX, coupling tensions, if you can call it that. We've got a viewer who's bought at levels of 221, currently incurring a loss. Should you hold, Rajesh?
Hold.
All right, the next question is on Hindustan Zinc. Okay, we've taken this already. The next one is VST Industries. Ramesh is holding 470 odd shares, bought at 385 a piece. Your view on this, where charts are concerned, Vaishali?
Hold.
AU Small Finance Bank, bought at levels of 609, accumulated over a year. Would you sell or hold for a period of 6 months? Vaishali?
I would say book for now.
Okay, Page Industries, Tony wants to know if he can make an entry in this particular counter or not. Rajesh, your view?
Avoid.
Oof. Gillette India, bought during IPO, holding 200 shares from 1985. Would you hold? Parijat wants to know. Rajesh?
Add.
Add. Okay. All right. On that note, that brings us to the end of this edition of Ask Profit. Vaishali as well as Rajesh, thanks so much for joining us today and for answering all the questions that you did. From Mahima and myself and the